the break, MattyVision.com. Thank you, Buddy Ryan, for stopping by. That was an interesting conversation. Anyway, I got a doctor right here. And that guy right there, that nutter, that McLovin right there, here come the judge, here come the judge. Judge Muggsy in the house from the law offices of Muggsy, Nitch, and McLovin. Right? I am DJ Bugsy, and the place to be, and this is the sports report for October 1st. Like that? That's the moose right there, Muggsy. Muggsy's going to take us through the local segment. Take it away, Muggs.
Okay, first of all, though, before I get into what I got to talk about, I was given a memo by my good friend, Cotton McKnight.
Cotton McKnight.
Cotton McKnight, the guy who works on ESPN 8, the Ocho.
The Ocho.
Cotton McKnight.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The Manuka Lions are going to be holding a dodgeball tournament at Scranton High School on Saturday, October 13th, starting at 9 a.m. in the morning. The tournament is open to players 18 and older and is co-ed, but it's not a requirement. So, yeah, like I said, teams will consist of 8 players with 6 players on the court at one time. There will also be an after party afterwards at the American Legion on Bernie Avenue in Manuka. The cost of registration is $15 per person, which covers a t-shirt and the after party. Anybody who wants to get involved in this should make a
Stiller.
Yeah, they should make a phone call to 570-604-3605.
We could have had a MattyVision team for this.
That would be good.
It'd be tough to fly Lowry over here from Wales, though.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
would have been the best.
Yep, you can call that number and you get all the information on registration, or if you want to donate food or drink to the tournament, that they can always use that as well.
Awesome stuff.
All right, now I took care of that. Now we got to talk about what's in front of me here. I think there's a pretty big game this Friday night at Scranton Memorial Stadium.
I bet you Scranton doesn't lose.
Now, what part of Scranton?
I'm just saying.
Bell tolls for somebody that
Scranton
day.
wins.
Yeah, it is the Battle of the Bell for 2012.
Battle of the Bell.
And for those of you who have been living under a rock and had been following the news, Scranton School District, they put a kibosh on the whole Thanksgiving Day game because they were going to have to play twice, and a lot of parents and students did not like that idea. So the school board nixed it for these next 2 years. They're going to revisit it afterwards, see if it's feasible. But in the meantime, we got the 5-0 Knights against the 3-2 Invaders.
Bugs, real quick, what are your thoughts on the Thanksgiving game? You for it or against?
I was intrigued. I was like, okay, when George Roskis was the AD, it was a nice idea, but there were circumstances beyond his control to get a game in here, so they didn't have to play twice. But
would you like it? Would you like it?
I would have been nice. It would have been nice to see what it looked like, because all I hear are stories, and same thing with you, Dugan.
Thanksgiving stuff, you know, it's kind of I know it's an old tradition day for football, but a lot of families go away, and it's hard to get everyone together for a...
Yeah, it's one of the things you can see both sides, you know.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons to either side, and I don't know.
Competitive standpoint.
Kind of something that you think they'd put to a vote and see exactly where everyone's at. It would be cool to see, though.
Last year about this time we were talking about it, and it was feasible. Like there was a lot of positive talks for it, but as the off season went on, there was that question: could they get a matchup? Could each of these teams get a game where they're playing, and it doesn't affect only playoff points? That was the key: getting a matchup where Scranton doesn't play a single A Montrose and loses playoff points for that because of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the key right there.
Okay.
But anyway, what can you say? A rarity in the rivalry. Two teams, they both have winning records coming into this game. Scranton, we all know the story with them, the terrific trio of Waiters, Quiller, and McCarthy. And for West Scranton, they have their own trio: Brownlee, Devine, and Garcia. And one of the big questions coming in, West Scranton's quarterback Jordan McClough got injured last week in their game against Delaware Valley. That'll be the questions around West Scranton's practice this week. Will he play? what ability can he play at, and if he has to be replaced, you figure Leo Chulo would be the guy to step in. How well would he step in that spot?
He's only a freshman, so you don't really know where it comes from. West does have 2 losses, 3-2 in the year, as you mentioned, to 2 good teams, Dunmore and Delaware Valley.
Yeah.
Both of those teams will probably make a decent playoff run, you would think, at least from where we sit now. It's going to be interesting to see how West can control the ball on offense.
And that's the key. I think West Scranton, to win this game, they have to control the time of possession and keep Scranton's offense off the field, because they only need Scranton's offense only needs 1 play to score every time they touch the ball.
And McCarthy's had record-breaking year so far. He's done a lot of great things. He's a really good running back. He's a tough kid.
And you can't load the box against Scranton.
Exactly.
If you want to, because you have to keep an eye on Quiller.
Yep. And just like that, just when you want to bring everybody up to the line to stop McCarthy,
play action pass.
Wade just has that cannon of an arm, and Quiller can just get behind anybody on the defense every time. So it's going to be tough. West has to win the physical match.
They have, and here's what I think. I think a scenario that West Scranton will take is that the last 2 weeks, Scranton, the 2 teams that Scranton has played the last couple weeks, they took that first possession and ran it right down Scranton's throat and took the lead. West could do that, and then they get a stop and have the lead with the ball and some momentum. That could give them that belief to keep them in the game. Because emotion in a rivalry game will only take you so far.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thinks is going to come in with Scranton as a clear favorite. You read the paper this week, they'll have several people predicting double digits. It's a rivalry game. You never know what
You
can
never
happen.
know, yeah.
You really never know. So, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see.
I'm rooting for West Side.
Homer. So am I.
True blue. Down and out? Having a bad day? Go to MattyVision.com, where smiles are not only guaranteed, they're also free. So go around and explore, have some fun, learn something, and who knows, you might even make a friend. MattyVision.com, we dream big.
Do you have any predictions? Not who wins, who loses. We know you're in the middle of the fence here.
Yeah, because I'm the one who brings this up. I'm
As
Kirk
far as
Street, yeah.
individually, do you think anything might happen in the bell game? Would be cool to see.
I think it'd be cool to see. It would be nice, like it'd be one of those things. If the game comes down to the last 5 minutes, that would be, because that's another thing. If West can keep it, if they can play in the second half, because Scranton has never, their 5 games, they've been comfortably in the head by the fourth. Get Scranton into the fourth quarter. That would be another key. Get that belief that we can win. They're going to take the field with a lot of emotion, knowing that they can win, but by the fourth quarter, is there going to be a reason for them to win? Are they going to be in this game?
Absolutely. Good question. Then, we'll probably do it for your top 10 again next week, do you think?
Well,
Moxie top 10 high school teams?
Well, yeah, because Donald, you have this game, Valley View at Abington Heights. They're 2-4-1. They're 2-4-1 teams. They're playing it at Peckville Friday night. That's for as far as the AAA race.
How about Old Forge and their rivalry game?
Brian Tomasetti, I got to give a shout out to him. 6 touchdowns. That's a round of applause for Mr. Tomasetti.
Tomasetti!
Yeah. What was it? Ravello's all over our carols there.
Yeah, Ravello's got our carols in that one.
And it was bad.
Bad.
I mean, you thought early on both teams had scored. It was 7-7. You thought we'd get a game, and Old Forge just took it by the throat, 54-7.
Yeah.
And you know what? Old Forge, you know what?
54-7.
I'll tell you what, Old Forge, that would be a great matchup to see. Old Forge and Southern Columbia. The Old Forge, they both have to get through their districts, but the way those 2 teams played last year, that would be a heck of a game to see. And now I'm going to turn it over to Matty. He's going to inform us on the Falcons.
The Purple Pride, baby.
Purple Pride.
No surprise here. D team wins 12-7. C team wins.
Who were they? They were playing Monroe, I guess?
Yes, Monroe. I'm sorry. Thanks, Monks. Thanks for that. I forgot. Thank you, Buggz playing Monroe. C team with another dominating 40-0 win.
40-0. Good
Watch
job.
West Side in 2 years, guys. Wow, 3 years. Yeah,
And they get up to
something
A,
like
and then
that,
they get up to junior football. And the West Scranton junior football, the junior high team's undefeated from what I hear.
Doing very good, too. B team 27-13, and A team had a forfeit win. They couldn't field the team, but I think in combined squads, there's only one loss, all of them. All teams are on the top of their division. Next week is the last game of the regular season versus the Valley View Bulldogs, with the playoffs starting 13th and 14th of October.
And wasn't there cheerleaders?
Yes, I was gonna say there's
Rah,
more.
rah, Siscoomba.
Woo! Bricka, bracka, firecracker, sis, boom, ba. C team, West Side Falcons, rah, rah, rah. How about this? 3 first places in the Hello hometown cheer and dance categories. Way to go, C team. Not just them though, Doctor. I know you're thinking they can't follow that. The B team, first place in Hello.
They haven't done that since Muggsy was on that squad.
Whoa, whoa.
Muggsy was
Whoa.
dominant.
Quadruple contempt. Quadruple contempt for this guy.
Second place, they got the hometown cheer, and third place in the dance. A team didn't go away empty-handed, though. They won third place in the hometown, so Falcon Cheerleaders rocks. Anybody who drives by Matty's knows that. Woo!
Good job.
And that's about it on the Falcons report. Getting ready for the playoffs.
You got anything on Penn State shout-out, huh?
Yeah, Penn
One
State,
funeral.
they're 3-2. Matty McGloin.
Matty!
Matty McGloin continues to do what he does. Another 200 yards passing.
And what about the rushing numbers?
Yeah,
The rushing scores.
basically this. Matt McGloin has as many rushing touchdowns this season as Silas Red, who transferred to USC.
Oh,
Wow, maybe we could
Good
put
stat.
him to come in when Tebow takes over next week. We could put Matt to sub for the Sanchez part then.
Yeah.
Maybe to work for them too instead of Sanchez. Well, we're going to talk about that in a little bit there, folks.
Yes, sir. But yeah, and, you have a little bit of Lackawanna news too.
They dropped another tough one
Yeah,
to
31-24 to Nassau.
Nassau. It was they lost 2 in a row.
It's a very competitive conference that they're in this year.
Yeah, now they got a couple tough games coming up again.
They go to play Orchard Park next week to play Erie.
Erie, they're no slouch either. The following week, they're going to play home at Valley View's home field.
Yes,
Heinz Memorial
against
Stadium.
ASA, American Softball Association.
Yeah. And let me tell you, ASA is a team very similar to Lackawanna. They're going to have some future D1 players down there, and that'll be hopefully it's a nice day out to go watch football, and I'll probably be in attendance.
All right.
That's that.
Well, the gavel's bang. We're going to take a short break. Coming up after the break, the doctor's going to run through all the pro sports in under 5 minutes. 8? 8.
Definitely under
10.
10 though.
Possibly under 15. We don't know yet. You're watching MattyVision.com. Stay tuned.
Between you and me, can't you see? Can't you see? Yeah. Can't you see the difference between? Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see the difference between you and me? Can't you see? Yeah. Can't you see the line that's drawn between you and me? Well, I don't once or twice I had my face knocked in the sand, but I've never been knocked down by the likes of you. You can jump, cuss, scream and swear, throw your fist way up high in the...
Okay, we're back and we got a doctor and we know his name is Buggz already. We just did a segment, so keep the peanut gallery down there, doctor. I'll put you in contempt this time there, pal. All the stuff going on around the nation and world in under 8 minutes with the doctor.
big story. The NFL refs are back. They got their huge standing ovations.
Before the games.
Once the game started, I think the fans kind of, they grew weary of them again because...
Especially in Green
Bay.
Surprise,
they didn't make perfect calls. What a surprise.
Especially in Green Bay, that game yesterday.
The refs of every Green Bay game this season has had referee controversy.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those things. It's a freak occurrence. And they almost lost the game for them again by a couple of bad calls.
I know. I thought the refs should have let Favre play, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Favre should have played. Bart Starr really, he has the #1 job in Green Bay.
Yeah, well, Bart Starr will always be #1 in Green Bay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, there was also a lot of controversy in that Giants-Eagles game.
Again, at the end of that, a couple.
The Eagles have to be the worst 3-1 team I've ever seen. They should. Andy Reid should really be 0-4 and really on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, one way or another,
they are atop the division right now.
Yeah,
and will be for at least a week.
With at least a share pending the Cowboys game.
They're the worst 3-1 team, but I don't know if they're the worst team in first place right now. We'll segue into that soon.
But you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is. Eagle fans are happy.
They beat. Yeah, Eli did not come through with the clutch this time.
That was a game that it's a classic NFC East battle. It came down to the wire. Last punch usually wins in that one. In this case, it was a field goal that was just a little short because of an offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
They got into field goal range by a kind of a shoddy.
Couple of shoddy.
Yeah, a couple of shoddy calls, and then they got pulled out, which is probably a makeup call in the offensive push. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Giants lose. The Giants now 0-2 in the division.
Which is big for tiebreakers.
It's big for tiebreakers. You can't count them out. They won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, it is what it is so far.
We'll see. Still very early.
But at least the Giants are not the most talked about story in New York because the other team in New York had its own disaster yesterday.
That was an old school
butt whooping,
butt spanking. That
was 34 to nothing. Yep, and it making it sound 34-0. It
wasn't that close.
Because it was 10-0 at halftime, but it wasn't even that close.
Yeah, it wasn't that close. The Niners owned them. I should have looked up the total yardage they had. Couldn't have been too much over 200 yards.
Yeah, I think Sanchez only threw for maybe 100.
It's like Steve Lombardi wrestling Andre the Giant.
Or like Buggz wrestling Andre the Giant. That's very similar.
Dancing with the devil by the pale moonlight, Doctor. I don't know.
You're lucky it's not my segment. You'd already be out. You'd be out of here in handcuffs.
We do what we want.
We can say first place Jets, though, right? We can say first place Jets.
2-2,
Not for too long.
There's a three-way tie in the AFC
First
East.
place Jets, hence the worst first place team out there.
And the world famous Matty/GJ Buggz predicted that Tim Tebow would be the starter.
I said week 4 it would happen.
Pretty
that
close.
was the end of week 4.
There are talks in calling for Sanchez's job to be lost to Tebow.
When you get booed on, you know what that was coming when he started to struggle at home. You know that was.
And I've never been a Tebow guy. I never thought he could be a good starting quarterback. Good person. He's a great person.
Great person.
Yeah.
I'd let him marry my daughter if I had one. But the thing is,
Mary.
Be careful. You might be a rich old miser one day. You might have a daughter, and then you might not be so hip to him marrying your daughter. But we'll have to go back to the tape saying it's all right for you to marry.
Back to the original point. Can he be worse than Sanchez right now?
Who knows? Well, you know what? The Jets. What's hurt the Jets is also injuries. They don't have Revis. They lost
Holmes went out.
Santonio Holmes. I think he's going to at least miss this week, pending further MRI results.
Yeah, he'll probably be out for a couple weeks. Plus, I think they're just getting their defense isn't as strong as it was.
No, 240 some rush out.
Yeah. The Niners said we're going to run it at you.
I think we're
going to tell you, and we're going to do it.
I think we're going. It looks like we might be going back to more run. Last year was all about throw. More teams this year. More teams this year want to run the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, the whole controlling the clock thing is huge in football. But we have a few undefeated teams, 2 of which escaped.
And escaped by being escape because
By the slimmest of margins.
the Falcons were on their own 1 yard line, and Matt Ryan completed a 60-yard pass from his own end zone.
Cam Newton, previously to that, Cam Newton just needed to basically not fumble. Was it fourth and one? No,
It was third and
one.
two. It was like third and
short.
2. And Newton, if he put his head forward, he probably would have had the first down, but he fumbled it.
He fumbled it backwards.
He did discover gravity.
Yeah, he
It was
discovered
4th and 1. They tried the old no snap, no play. That didn't work. They punted away, and you figured Falcons are on their own 1 with no timeouts. You figure you should be able to hold them. No, they'll just throw it to 60 yards, and we'll get in field goal range, and we'll win it 30-28 with Matt Bryant.
Kevin Cobb, the newly anointed starting quarterback of the Cardinals. They were down a touchdown late to Miami, and he authored a game-winning drive or a
Game-tying,
drive.
and then they won in overtime,
And,
24-21.
Yeah, Tannehill had a pass over for 100 yards.
Brian
Hardline-
Harline 260 on 11 receptions.
Yeah, the Dolphins showed up, but I guess Arizona made the plays when they had to. They really did.
And the Texans were dominant
And the
against
Texans whooped again. Whooped some, as you say, Heine. I don't know why he says that. It's not 93 anymore. Whoops, Heine.
Yeah,
I've never said whoops Heine in my life.
But Texans
Open
look
up a
good.
can of whoop ass, that's what I say.
If there was a power ranking, which there are, Google NFL power ranking, everyone's going to have Houston at 1 now.
All right.
Because you have to.
All right, quickly. Baseball playoffs start this week. A World Series prediction based on what we've seen to this point.
I go with the New York Yankees every time. As long as they're in it, the New York Yankees have a chance to win it all.
I'm going Braves, Tigers.
I'm gonna go Braves over Rangers. The Chipper Game 7.
That would
Be a because the National League has home field advantage in the World Series. Chipper Jones, his last at bat, walk-off home run in Game 7.
Wow.
You better save that clip.
I'm sorry,
That
I
happens.
didn't
I have
make
the chills right now. I think that may actually
I
happen.
didn't make my National League team who the Yankees would beat. It would be the Yankees beating the Montreal Expos.
Not possible.
And
What about Washington?
If they pitch Strasburg, they win. If they
Yeah.
don't, they're out. That's it. Think Washington.
we
you want to win or no?
we
got
got
to win. Put Steven in.
And one word. United States collapsed yesterday in the Ryder Cup. One word.
One word, United States Ryder Cup collapse. One word.
Gallery.
Joke. Joke. You heard it from Big Rich right there, the golf expert at Matty's. Anything else, Dr.
Joke.
Buggz?
That was a choke job.
Yeah, choke.
Yeah, if there ever was one. Nicholson is cheering his opponent for making a 70-foot putt.
Yes, and rumor has it the ghost of Sebi Ballesteros was there. That's what I heard.
Possibly.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
6
A
foot putt.
fluke.
Fluke. There's another
Fluke,
good
choke.
Anyway, Americans, we lose again. We lose in everything.
word. That's it.
Except for basketball.
Basketball.
Olympic
NBA
basketball.
start back up.
NBA starting up. I'm working on an official
Sixers
NBA.
all the way.
I'm looking for
I'm
an
down
official
for that.
NBA expert. I have been interviewing a couple official NBA
Okay.
experts we might have.
Send your resume to info@MattyVision.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
All right.
you go. You guys about wrapped up there?
Yeah, that worked.
That's about 8 minutes exactly.
And that has been the Sports Report for March 22nd, 2001.
What?
I've been traveling around with Ballard in the DeLorean.
I just
Don't
lost
worry.
a little facial hair.
You watch the X-Shaped Ball, find out about our DeLorean travels. Coming up after the break,
Egbert.
Egbert. I guess Egbert's coming by along with Tony Romo. Egbert and Tony Romo, you're watching MattyVision.com. Bugsy McLovin dreams big.
The difference between you and me.